Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, the race for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission was a two-horse race by yesterday midday. But something happened which shocked the entire Africa. A letter emerged, allegedly from SADC, requesting their members to vote for the Madagascar candidate. That letter has changed the equation completely, and particularly for Raila Odinga. In this video, I want us to look at whether the move by SADC will have a major impact on Raila Odinga's candidature. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two. Click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the election of the chairmanship of the African Union Commission is being monitored very closely by Kenyans, because the outcome of that election will definitely determine the outcome of the 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya. But one thing I can assure you for sure is that should Raila Odinga win, William Ruto is going to win the support of the Luo nation. I'm saying that because of the way Raila Odinga is being attacked by those who are opposed to him. But let me not get into that for now. For now, I want us to focus on the move by SADC. Because as we speak, William Ruto is already in Addis Ababa. With this one vote, which is going to cast, with this one vote, which is going to give to Raila Odinga. The former President Uhuru Kenyatta also arrived in Addis Ababa yesterday to help push for Raila Odinga's candidature. But there are Kenyans who are praying for Raila Odinga to lose. For me, I'm 100% sure that Raila Odinga will bring it home. The only worry now is the SADC letter. I want us to go through that letter very briefly, because the letter is now public. I've gone through SADC official social media pages. That letter is not in any of those handles. I don't know why. It could be propaganda, but I want to assume that the letter is authentic and therefore focus on the impact it will definitely have on Raila Odinga. Just want to go through this letter very briefly. Let us go through this letter very briefly. Yeah, the letter, Southern Africa Development Community Secretariat. So it has these people here and member states there, 16 members there. Just want us to go through this letter here. Now, let's go through the letter. Let's go through the letter. It's called reference candidate from SADC region for the position of the chairperson of African Union Commission. The letter proceeds here. Reference is made to the above subject matter. You may wish to recall that at its meeting held in August 2024 in Harare, Zimbabwe, Council directed the SADC Committee of Ambassadors in Addis Ababa, in collaboration with the Office of the Permanent Representative to the African Union Commission, to closely monitor the process of the election of senior leadership of the African Union Commission and provide further guidance on the way forward and on the best strategy to be adapted once the panel of eminent Africans finalizes its shortlisting, and encouraged its member states to offer support to the shortlisted candidate from the SADC region for the different posts of the senior leadership of the African Union Commission. Remember, elections are for the chairman, deputy, and other members. So it proceeds here. The republics of Madagascar and Mauritius had in the August 2024 Council submitted a candidate each for the position of chairperson of the African Union Commission, namely Mr. Richard J. Richard J. Randriamandrato and Mr. Anil Kumar Singh Gayan, respectively. We have since learned that Mauritius has withdrawn her candidature, leaving Madagascar as the only member state from the SADC region to compete for the position. I write to notify you, Honorable Ministers, that Honorable Richard J. Randriamandrato, a former Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Madagascar, has been shortlisted as the only candidate from SADC region for the position of the chairperson of the African Union Commission. In this regard, the Republic of Madagascar has written to the Secretariat formally seeking support of SADC member state for its candidate, which means Madagascar has formally now requested SADC to support their candidate. In consultation with the chairperson of the council, and given the short time before the elections of the chairperson, there is no need to convene an extraordinary council of ministers to consider the request from Madagascar, which means the SADC received the letter late, and therefore they cannot convene a meeting. And in that meeting is where the decision whether to support that candidature was supposed to be made, which means that has not happened. And that's very important. A letter from the Secretariat seeking SADC member states support for Madagascar candidature should suffice, which means now the Secretariat has now written to the member state, and that's this letter. This letter, therefore, serves to encourage SADC member states to support Mr. Richard, a candidate from our region, for the position of the AUC chairperson during the upcoming elections of senior leadership of the African Union Commission, in line with the August 2024 Council decision stated above. Please accept, Honorable Minister, the assurance of my highest consideration. The letter is signed by Elias Magosi, Executive Secretary. This letter, my interpretation of it are as follows. Number one, I think the SADC Secretariat wants to appear as if they didn't dump one of their own, Madagascar. And I want to assume that Madagascar had also assumed that the SADC were going to automatically support their candidature. And that's why they never bothered. And that can explain why they decided to issue or to request their support late. But I'm convinced that the Secretariat, they just don't want to appear as if now they have a candidate, but they're not supporting that candidate. Number two, I also want to assume that the SADC are also trying to play safe. They want to play safe that we have a candidate. Let us support the candidate. They have 16 members. And of course, I've gone through those 16 members. I've counted at least 9 of them will vote for Raila Odinga. Assured. So they want to play safe so that nobody will accuse them that SADC had a candidate, but they never supported. And they want to play safe such that they want to force a rerun, because if SADC were to vote the way they are supposed to vote, none of these people, Raila, the Djibouti candidate, and the Madagascar candidate, will get the threshold 2/3. None. So which means there's a high chance that a rerun, because if they fail to get the 2/3, then 2 candidates will now run. That's where they want to now play their card. And that's the crucial moment for Raila Odinga, because if Raila Odinga will fail to get their support during that particular second round of votes, then Raila Odinga should actually assume. But the question is, can the SADC decision, this letter, affect Raila Odinga's candidature? For me, I think it can affect Raila Odinga's candidature in so many ways. Number one, perception. Previously, it was assumed that it was going to be a two-horse race. Then SADC was up for grabs. The truth is, Raila had an upper hand in SADC. The South African president is a personal friend. Tanzania is supporting his bid. Malawi guy, a close ally of Raila Odinga. So SADC was assured. But now with the perception, it means questions are being asked. Is Raila taking this thing home or is he not taking it home? So it can affect him in that way. Number two, this election is about numbers. And several other factors, just like I explained in that other video, which I want you to play again. I'm going to tag it there I'm going to pin it in the comment. In that video, I'd explained several factors. There's the Muslim factor. Then there is the Francophone, which Muhiza Kitui had explained that they've never voted outside Francophone. But remember, Burundi is Francophone, and the president even endorsed Raila Odinga. I've even gone through that list. Some of them will vote for Raila Odinga. But of course, if you were to look at it from that perspective, Muhiza Kitui was even suggesting that SADC had threw their weight behind the Djibouti candidate, which is now proving not to be true. And because this election is about numbers, each and every number matter. That's why the move by SADC is really worrying Raila Odinga, and I know even the other candidate. Number three, SADC has several members. South Africa, one of them. Tanzania, one of them. It was assumed that the support Raila Odinga was going to get from Tanzania was automatic. The one he was going to get from South Africa, automatic because of Ramaphosa, his personal friend. But remember, we have that war in DRC, which is also complicating matters a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, my conclusion is that Raila Odinga is in a very tight corner. We must continue praying for him, but the SADC, they are going to vote for him. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Raila Odinga is bringing it home. He is bringing it home. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.